Alright, so I'm gonna guess that we all have heard the news. The news that has been given out, that was actually tweeted by Sony Pictures. It says here, Tom Hardy is Eddie Brock in #Venom, the upcoming film from Sony Marvel's universe, releasing October 5th, 2018. Production starts this fall or this autumn, depending on whether you say fall or autumn or whichever one. Now, before we just get into this, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. Welcome to Otaku Chris is Talking. And if you're new to my channel, here I basically just talk about the man-child kind of stuff. You got a little bit of Saitama, you got a little bit of anime stuff, you got a little bit of Justice League stuff. You got a little bit of everything. So basically, things that some people call nerdy. Feel free to join me, and yeah. So in today's video, I basically want to talk about the news that was hit apparently several hours ago. It says here 7:06 p.m. So what, it's 2.5 hours ago, I'm guessing, for the UK time, which is pretty fucking hype. Now, how do we feel about this? When I say hype, obviously it's hype in the sense of how it's out there in the fucking media and on the news, and how many people or newspapers are fucking talking about it, which I think is pretty cool. But what's interesting is, before we even start talking about whether Tom Hardy is even right for the role, this is Venom. This is Venom. Tom Hardy is right for the role. What kind of dumbass fucking question is that? Tom Hardy is definitely right for the role. If you don't know whether he's right for the role, let's talk about some of the other things he's been in. So he's been in Bronson, The Revenant, The Dark Knight, Legend, and Mad Max Fury Road. And that's just a few to list. And that's just the ones recently. And obviously Inception as well. So these past six have been his past 6 movies, which have been smashing it, killing it. And his roles in these movies have been very kind of macho, the proper, that lad kind of character. And he was even, let me check, I think he was in Warrior and Lawless as well. Once again, roles which really kind of show you the kind of acting range, the skill that Tom Hardy has. Now, as Venom, I don't know how they're gonna do it, but let me just, I had to take a couple fucking notes over here. I want to just read out for you guys what was kind of released. So this is from The Hollywood Reporter. This is where I've got my source from, but feel free to check out. Just literally type in Tom Hardy Venom, and all over you will get the news. So what does it say over here? So it says from the site, it says here, Sony has ensnared, fuck, I can't speak right now. Sony has ensnared a star and director for its Spider-Man offshoot, Venom. Tom Hardy, who was nominated for an Oscar for his work in Revenant, is in final negotiations to star in Venom, while Ruben Fleischer, best known for directing Zombieland, is final negotiations to help the movie project centering on one of Spider-Man's signature villains. The project is one of Sony's top priorities, and the studio is not wasting time, as the movie is set to open October 5th, 2018. That's just around the corner. The fact that they were able to give us a date, a release date. Normally, for movies this big, or for these kind of superhero movies, you would have thought maybe in 2 years' time, in 3 years' time, in 4 years' time, but they've chosen him, they've got a date, and they've got a fucking director. That is sick. Is the director going to be good? Is Ruben Fleischer worth it? Does he have the skills to actually do it? Who knows? Let me just bring up some of Ruben Fleischer's works. So he did Zombieland in 2009, Gangster Squad 2013, 30 Minutes or Less 2011, Zombieland 2, which it doesn't have a date, so I'm guessing it's not out yet, because it looks like it's the same fucking poster as Zombieland. Two Night Stand and Gumball 3000, 6 Days in May, and a bunch of other stuff which don't really seem very active or very hardcore or edgy. But from what I saw in Zombieland, I really liked it, and his directing skills in Gangster Squad really did shine, and I feel like maybe he can use this in the Venom movies. But what I think is maybe in the skill that we saw in Zombieland, that edginess that he has in his directing skills may be able to push well in Venom, but we really need to see more, because he hasn't really focused that much. Oh my god, I just realized 30 Minutes or Less, if you guys haven't seen it, hella funny, hella funny. Who does it have here? Sorry, I'm literally just reading it out as you got right here. So in 30 Minutes or Less, yeah, Jesse Eisenberg plays as Nick. It's got fucking Danny McBride and Aziz Ansari. I actually enjoyed it. It was a lot funnier than I thought it was going to be, especially as those kind of films can be a hit or miss, but I don't know why I'm going into that. But definitely check out that film. But once again, that film doesn't really show us the directing skills that we want for Venom. What we're trying to avoid is, we don't want another Venom that happened in Spider-Man 3, I'm one of the few people that didn't mind. I'm one of the few people that honestly didn't mind Venom in Spider-Man 3. But what we want to know is whether it's going to be a flop. And you know what? What I want to ask you guys is, do you think Spider-Man 3 would have flopped less if it focused more on Venom and less on Sandman and less on Green Goblin and didn't have a whole clusterfuck of villains? And if the Venom from before could have actually done right, what do we want from this Venom? Which is what I'm very intrigued about. So, do you want him to be more macho? Do you want Tom Hardy to give his laddishness that level of kind of like that aggressiveness to the role? The kind of acting that we know he can give off, and it's not even just acting. He is that kind of person. If you guys saw him in the news in the past 2 weeks, Tom Hardy literally chased down a guy who stole a moped in the streets of London, climbed over a fucking wall and everything to take him out, and did a citizen's arrest. Tom Hardy. So this shows that it's on screen, off screen, he's that kind of guy. Now, let me see if I can get the rest of this fucking thing up here. It says here, Venom is to usher in a host of movies from Sony's Marvel and Spider-Man based universe of characters. Sony is rebooting its Marvel based slate with the summer Spider-Man Homecoming, and Venom is a key title in its slate. The studio is also developing a Silver Sable / Black Cat project among other characters from the Spider-Man stable. Venom has been one of Marvel's top villains and a Spider-Man fixture since he was introduced in 1988, created by writer David Michelin and artist Todd McFarlane and Mike Zeck. Well, Mike Zeck. I can't fucking speak right now. What am I doing? For you guys who are new, I do try a bit better. The character is an alien symbiote, blah, blah, we know this. Anyways, Scott Rosenberg and Jeff Pinker, the latter of whom worked on 2014's The Amazing Spider-Man 2, wrote the script for Venom. So, the writer for Amazing Spider-Man 2, how do you feel about that? Amazing Spider-Man 2? I know not a lot of you guys enjoyed Amazing Spider-Man 2. Was it Andrew Garfield? Was it once again the whole clusterfuck of villains on the screen, or was it the writing? Once again, I want this to kind of be a discussion. I wanted to try and change my channel into more of one where you guys can literally feel free to let me know your opinions. There isn't really a wrong answer. I'm literally letting you guys know the news that is out right now. And if you guys are interested, let me know your thoughts down below. And yeah, I just want to kind of basically do this. Fletcher made a name for himself balancing comedy with action and horror elements, recently helmed episodes of the Drew Barrymore Cannibal Show, Santa Clarita Diet, and NBC's Superstore. He's also a producer of Brie Larson's directorial debut Unicorn Store. The brooding Hardy has racked up acclaim for productions such as Loki, as Locke, and a legend, and also starred in Mad Max Fury Road, which was one of my personal favourite movies. When that came out, I went there with I went to one of my close friends. We brought a whole bag of food to the cinema, and then we opened up one of the popcorns, had a handful, and the movie finished, and I had a whole bag of food left over. I was like, what the actual fuck? So, and do you know what? Charlize Theron did steal the show for me in Mad Max Fury Road, but once again, Tom Hardy fucking killed it. So I'm hoping that he's able to bring that to his role and a bit more, if you know what I'm saying. The actor has eschewed for the most part popcorn movies, but did star as Batman villain Bane in 2012's Dark Knight Rises. With Venom, the actor now switches from the DC side of the comic book movie dimension to the Marvel zone. Hardy is repped by CAA, Sloan Offer, and UK's United Agents. Fletcher is repped by CAA, Management 360, and Sloan Offer. After the news broke, Sony shared a photo of Hardy getting it in a Venom spirit. Okay, and then once again, as I open this video, Tom Hardy is Eddie Brock in #Venom, the upcoming movie from Sony Marvel's universe, releasing October 5th, 2018. Production starts this fall. 5,587 reshares and 6,278 likes as of when I saw the picture. So yeah, fucking awesome news. What do you guys think? Are you guys excited? Do you guys think it's going to be that we need a spin-off of this, or should we have kept the original Venom, the original Venom from Spider-Man 3, and or did you even like the Venom from Spider-Man 3? And do you think Venom wasn't the issue? It was just the director. How do you feel about the directors of Amazing Spider-Man 2 being the directors of the Venom movie and it being so close? Do you think we're going to have enough? Will it be slow scaled, largely scaled? And how are they going to kind of merge with the rest of Sony characters if it's a spin-off, a continuation, but not using the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, considering that we have Homecoming just around the corner? What are your thoughts? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Once again, this is Otaku Chris is talking. I do anime, manga, movie stuff and all whatnot, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If so, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.